Hello everybody, it's Suffolk Blue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you are well. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft, Attack of the B Team. Busy Suffolk Blue, very busy. Let me go and show you some of the little things, little bits and bobs that we've done to the treatment plant, just to finish it off, just to give that little je ne sais quoi. And then I'll show you some of the other stuff that we are preparing for. Firstly, I want to give the big reveal for the name of the water treatment plant. And again, I was able to name it after a subscriber. So, this is the Poopsie Doopsie Sewage Works. Yeah, Poopsie Doopsie. She is absolutely a subscriber of Suffolk Blue. So there we go. Poopsie Doopsie Sewage Works. I could have just called it the Poopsie Sewage Works, I suppose. But there we go. First thing to show you over here is I've done a little work. I'll show you what all of this will be in a second. Alright, I'll talk you through. But what you can see, the pipe, I've lowered it down a little bit because it looked a bit odd, and I've given it like a proper support underneath. Danger, water outlet, no swimming. And I've also narrowed that channel so it looks a little bit more man-made, yeah? So that's the water outlet channel that leads into the natural lake that goes off into the ocean. And we've obviously side panelled that with some bricks just to give that a little, again, that man-made feel, using the stone bricks with the algae and the sort of mossy bricky stuff at the bottom because of the water, and then just some cobblestone on the top, cobblestone walls. If we just go and have a little look over here, not much has changed over here, apart from the fact that I had forgotten to put in a something in there to enable this tank to empty first into this tank. So this tank is now our main tank, filling up, obviously. If I just pop inside, only little stuff, we haven't done much major stuff. I now have two levers, one for to make the pumps go up and down, so we can turn them on. And I've changed them so they go at the same time, because it was looking a bit ridiculous at one point. And then there's this other lever here. And what this other lever does is it cuts off access to the rest of the actual fertilizer plant. So if I flick that switch, then this tank here begins to pump its sewage into the system, alright? And because we've got a bigger tank at the moment filling that up, you're not seeing that go down, but it is using up some of the sewage that's in the main tanks. But we can shut that off with a quick lever like that. Everything's off, turn that off as well. And so we just have control over when we turn on the sewage works. Alright? So that's that. That was easy peasy. That didn't take an awful lot. Just a few switches. Done all that. Told you about that. Fabulous. So that's the sort of water treatment plant done. The Poopsie Doopsie Sewage Works. Brilliant. Over here then. So what have we got? Well, I've got so much land over here. I wanted to try... My voice went funny then. Got so much land over here. I wanted to try and work out what exactly I was going to put where and how I was going to store what, you know, and make sure that it all sort of works. So I have expanded little bits here and there, and I've moved it around a little bit. I didn't really want this sort of corridor here to go all the way down. It sort of does, but it does change a little bit. It's not completely like that. And then obviously we've got our end part here, which we haven't done anything with. Let's talk you through each section first, I think. And then we'll go from there. I want this bit here, so these four prongs, I want that to be a windmill. Now, whether that will be like a Midwestern, you know, American windmill with like the little spinny thing and the little tail thing, I don't know. It may not be like a wind vane like that. It may be that it's actually a proper windmill in the end. But I want that to be a windmill. This is where our barn is going to be. Double doors facing that way. I'll probably put another set of doors in the back here, but at the moment this is our barn. This will hold our feed, because if you remember all the way over there in the farms, we've got our corn being grown, our wheat, and this is going to come through and be stored in this barn. So we'll have a lot of food here that we can use and then ship out to all our animals. I have bred a couple more cows, 4 more cows in there, just to build up those numbers a wee bit. This here is going to be our cotton area, alright? So we're going to have our cotton farm in here, where we're going to take some of that fertilizer with some sprinklers, and we're going to turn this into a nice sort of cotton growing area that we can use. So that's where the cotton's going to be. This is going to be our chicken egg factory, okay? Now, there are ways of doing chicken factories, and some of them are nicer than others. You can stick a chicken on a hopper, block them in, and they will lay all the eggs into the hopper. They can do that. It's a bit like battery hens. It's not very nice, but it works, and all the eggs will be captured. It will look lovely. Or you can do this. I'm going to have a more free range, not 100% free range, because they're not going to be walking everywhere, but they're going to be within this little paddock, this little free range area here, and we're going to be using some vacuum hoppers. Vacuum hoppers to collect the eggs wherever they're laid in any of this area, and I've counted it, 3 out from the middle, 3 out from the middle. Wherever they're laid in this little area will all be collected by these 4 vacuum hoppers and then pass through into this little building here, which is going to be our chicken coop, which I shall make into a chicken coop anyway. It's not actually going to have any chickens going in it, I've decided, so don't worry about that. But what it will have is just our storage in here for all our eggs, so our eggs can be stored in there. So we'll have, I don't know how many chickens we'll have to have in here, and I wasn't really sure whether chickens made sewage, but if they do, I'm going to have these 4 things here turned into sewage pipes or sewage collectors with the appropriate upgrades so that any poop from the chickens can go also into the sewage works over there. Alright, all the way over there. So this here is going to be our free range, very important, free range egg collection farm. Alright, let's come over a little bit over here. And we'll probably get on with that today. We'll start looking at that today, and I'll show you how to make the hoppers and all that sort of stuff in a minute. What's this? This huge building here. So this outline here is an outline to a building. And this building is going to be our slaughterhouse, butchery, meat packing, and pink slime generating factory. I haven't thought about the design. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's going to be huge in terms of the building length. Probably not very high. I don't want to make it very high, but it will be big. And then they've got these 3 paddock sort of field things here. One of them is going to be cows, probably the middle one. One of them is going to be pigs, probably the end one. And one of them is going to be sheep, probably this one. And then we'll be able to bring in the animals. Now, I'm probably going to have to use... Now, what the hell is that called? It's a cron something. Cron? Am I right with cron? Chronotyper. There we go. Now, what this allows us to do is that when they're breeding, it can move juvenile animals into a different paddock from the adult animals. So the adult animals can continue to be bred. Then we can get them to grow up in a different place, probably within the factory. Oops, what am I doing? Probably within the factory, and then at some point the meat can go into the... Now, is it a butcher? Is it a slaughter machine? Slaughter? Yes. Slaughterhouse, here we go. And then we can look at some of the other different Minecraft tools that we can use to process that meat and all that sort of good stuff. We could also cook it, so we could also have it cooked meat, or we can have it fresh meat. Not quite sure which one I'm going to do yet, probably fresh. And we should be able to get mutton, pork, and beef steaks. And leather, and lots of other stuff as well, which obviously we will all be able to keep and then take away at different points. So we're going to have to also control the amount of pink slime that's generated, because we get that too. That's going to have to be stored, another tank. We want to have this full of sewage stuff, so that all the sewage for the animals as they're being grown up is going to be pumped into here as well, along with all of the animals that are in the main paddocks. So those two will also generate sewage, which will go into there as well. So we've got to have a breeder units in here, which will be getting their grain from the grain house over there to keep them bred, and every time they breed we'll have a set number of adults, probably quite a high number of adults outside, and then we'll start feeding the system through. It may be that some of this is underground, so it's not all above ground, and this is not going to be the nicest factory in the world. It is going to be a bit cruel to the animals, but you know what, it's Minecraft. I can't be free range and everything, otherwise I'd never make things work. Let's light that up a little bit before we get a load of nasties come along and cause us a problem. Let's stick some on here as well. Okay, so that there is going to be our slaughtering house, okay, with our animals. Over here, the last little bit of this, this is going to be a walkway, this bit out here. This will be a walkway that will lead to a building here, right by this delta or lake, I suppose that's probably is. A lake, I would have thought. Yeah, it's a northern lake, that's fine. Oops, that top lake there. I want this to be full of sheep. Sheep! And very much like the way we did the dairy at the bottom there, we need to have an entry point in here for the sheep to come in and to be cut and be sheared and then spat out. And I'm going to make a water wheel effect on the side here, so that it's sort of like a water mill for weaving cotton. Not cotton, wool. So we'll shear the sheep, take the wool, store the wool, and then we should have a constant supply of wool so I can finish my carpeting off in the main house over there. Where are you going, Mr. Zombies? Go away. Busy. Thank you. So yeah, so that would be the last part. That would be the sheep. So cotton, chickens, pigs, cows, sheep, carding shed. And then we've got a little gate here so we can come out this way, which we might well do, because I might look at building a fishing area on here. So we'll actually have some fishing going on, automatic fisheries and that sort of thing as well for food production, but that's a different time. What else have I done? Well, I was very busy. Now, I don't know whether you've noticed anything missing. Let's have a little fly around. Do you notice anything missing? Anything not there where it should be there? Anything missing? Like an enormous tree from here. This is where one of the redwoods were. This is one where they were. And this is its base. You can sort of see the semicircle that it sort of had. And this was the one that was the other one that's left, obviously. It took a very long time to cut that down. But I wanted to improve a bit of the loading time. We have got so much. If I just fly up here. We have got so much above the clouds, so much stuff loading, so much stuff going on in our little town over here. That's just to make some extra processing speed by cutting down one of those trees. Totally necessary. But I also needed the redwood for the red wood of the barn, because I'm going to be using redwood and whitewood in there to make that barn look a little bit like a New England. I don't know, a New England Midwestern. I don't know what the hell that is in America. Anyway, but it's one of those sorts of barns. Go away. And I may also want to use some of it on the chicken coop. So I needed the redwood anyway, so I thought, well, I'll spend an hour, cutting it down. It took an age. It was just ridiculous. It took longer than that. Good. So that's what we've done. That's where we're up to. Tree gone. Levers in there. That's been remodelled. And we've laid out how the rest of this farming agricultural bit is going to look. Let us go in the house and have a little kip, I think. Maybe get it into daytime. Maybe not. It'll be alright at the moment. We'll be in the house. Shut the door. Thank you. Now, we've got, around here somewhere, not in there, where have I put it? Here. Hoppers. Now, we're making vacuum hoppers. What is that? Creeper heart. Witchery. Never had a creeper heart before in my life. I'm assuming they're very bad. Let's not touch them. What we want to make is a vacuum hopper. And a vacuum hopper sucks in items around it. For 3 squares from the centre, I believe. Vacuum, is that better? Vacuum hopper. And they're made simply by 3 ender pearl, or ender pearl, some obsidian, and some hoppers, and then you make a vacuum hopper. And as I say, they sort of suck, they're quite small, but they suck everything in around them. Let's just go and grab. We did some mining as well, but not very much. I got bored. Where did I put my item ducts? Energy ducts. Did I get rid of my item ducts? Oh, that's frustrating. Let's sleep. Let's get rid of the bad guys. What we're going to do, we're going to go and place them in. I'm going to show you sort of how they're going to work. Oh, really? Oh, see, now I'm going to have to go super beast mode on them. That's frustrating. Yeah, you don't scare me. Go away. And you. Any more? Is it on the roof? Any more? Yeah. You get it. You get it. And you. Come here. Come here. Ooh, that was close. And he had an explosion with that creeper. You know what? You're annoying. Boom! Blow up the side. You didn't blow up any of my road. Thank you. That's fine. I can put all that back. Anyway, let's stop messing about with the creepers, because we'll end up with half a city if we're not careful. What was I going to say? Yes! So, let's go and see if I can find my item ducts. I must have put them somewhere. Item ducts. So that's what we're going to use. Let's get rid of these, don't need these, don't need that, all that. All that, all that. Oh, it's full. Oh well, never mind. So, let's have something to eat, and then we're going to go and have a look and see how these work. I will have a little sleep. Let's have a little sleep and get rid of these mobs. Did I not click that? I didn't click that. Nom 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 nom. Right, let's get that done. Okay, let's go and play with some vacuum hoppers, and I'll try and explain to you how it sort of was going to work. There we go. Right, where each of these wooden blocks are, okay, is where we're going to just take them out and we're going to pop these in. Just to show you. So, oops, I don't want to take all of that out really, just for now. So a vacuum hopper is going to go there, and you can see it sort of does that ender effect, and it sort of looks like it's sucking things in, which is fine. We're going to put these all over here, and I have counted them, and I'll show you. And because they're going to be below ground, I can cover these up. Oh, again, overdid it with the spade. Just for now, just so I can show you. We're going to cover these up with just a single cover. It might be a dirt cover, could do a dirt cover, could do a wooden cover, but what it means is no matter where I spit something, hopefully this works, wherever I spit something you can see, so where an egg is laid by a chicken, so if a chicken would lay an egg here, that would be able to go into that hopper. Alright, same with this one, it doesn't really matter, even if it was in the very corner, hopefully, there we go, it will be sucked in. So it doesn't matter where the chickens lay these eggs, I will be able to get hold of them. Alright, and that's the important thing. In the middle here, this is where we're having our sewage system. I don't need to breed chickens to get eggs, they should do that automatically, but we can do that. So that's where our sewers are going to be. Let's just get under here and talk about where this is coming from. So, make some space, there we go. Using just item ducts, nothing too difficult at this point. Let's put them in. Alright. We might need some pneumatic servos for these. Probably we will. Let's go and see. Are they in here? No. 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 Marvellous, they're in the house. Everything's in the house. Not really very prepared today. Had a funny week. It's been a long week. Lots of new series are starting at the moment for me. Still doing the Kerbal Space Program for now. Still doing SimCity. Now got Crusader Kings 2, which has been a really good success. Really pleased with that. And obviously continuing with Minecraft. It does make a long day. I now do all my recording on a Saturday and try and upload it on a Sunday for the week. So the whole week is done. And that gives me time to plan for things and think about things and how I'm going to do stuff. It's been working so far, but we'll see what happens as work gets a bit more busy, because obviously it's not a full day job for me. Let's just put that in there. There we go. So we've now installed, and if we now flick that round and turn it on, oops, that one. Beautiful. So that now is drawing out. Now if we drop down a little bit, the way these have to work is we have to point where we want our output to be, and that is an output, I believe. So item outputs, yes, is there. Okay, so what that should mean is that everything that goes in there, these are XP outputs, if it was having any, there aren't any. So we don't have to worry about that at the moment. We can take up the stuff that it has stored. It's just like a normal hopper. And it's got more space than a normal hopper. That would be as an XP chart. So that's where it's coming down from. And what we want to do is we're going to bring it into a single deep storage unit is what we'll use. We won't have a chest probably in here, I don't think. We might do, we'll see. Let's go down. Chest is going to be on top. One is going to be the thing. So let's come down. It should be this level. Excellent. And then if we were to drag these off like that way to start with. We want to go down one then. We won't quite deep enough, I don't think. No. Down one. There it be. Okay. And then it's a really simple job then of just dragging down everything to a single pipe. Okay. And then if I do go and get a chest just for now, because we haven't got a deep storage unit to put on top of there, you'll get to the sort of point where you'll see that we'll be able to do and transfer this sort of stuff through. If I go chest in here, chest in here. Oh, marvellous. Let's make some. Never got anything in this house. I need to start moving stuff over, I think. Let's do that. Let's make loads of chests. There we go. 5. Shouldn't ever fill this up very quickly anyway, I would have thought, because they don't lay 1,000 eggs a minute or something. Let's pop in a chest on top. Okay. So now, if we do that, it should go through the system, and at some point, we end up with some dirt over here. And that would be true of everything else. So let's just fill in the dirt back in here. That's alright. Same thing over here. Let's cut this down. And that one. And let's just fill this in. Backfill it from there. Same again. In there. Output. Turn it on. Ignore it. Now, of course, I've actually just realised I've dug myself into a dead end. So let's make ourselves an exit. Fabulous. And then we can fill that up. So now these vacuum hoppers are now connected. Alright, all going to the same place. So whether it goes, an egg is buried there, or an egg is laid there. They should at some point, hopefully, all come through to there. There we go. So all our eggs will come to one place. Works reasonably well. Let's go now again. See, I'm not sure whether chickens make sewage. That's the thing that's worrying me. Not really sure whether they make sewage, but if they don't, it doesn't matter too much. We'll still put it in. Have I got any sewage things in here? No. I've got nothing in this house. I don't know why I bother. I should have just stayed at the other one. No. Well, we'll put the sewage parts. The sewage unit bits will go in there, and then what we'll do is we'll feed the pipes this way, so they hit this pipe that's coming from here. Yeah, there's a pipe under here somewhere that's going across there into there. So we'll just hit that same pipe from here. All of these will be in a big square around the corner, and then we'll cover them up. So let's have a look at the hen house. Now, how do we want to build this? Do I want it square? Yes, I think I probably do. We need some redwood. I want to get some redwood for this. It's quite a pretty wood, actually. It's not sort of bright red. It's sort of a duller red. I don't think we can do anything with the bark, and we really can't do anything with the root. We did get a lot of it, which was good. So up here, as you can see, lots of wood, lots of wood. Let's take this. Now, can we do anything with this? We can. There we go, redwood planks. That's what we're looking for. Now, I don't know whether we can chisel this, actually. I wouldn't have thought so. No. See? That's fine. We should be able to micro-block it, though. Let's come over here. Now, chicken coops, you normally have them off the ground, don't you? Because you're worried about foxes and stuff. So, perhaps we should, if I micro-block, oops, if I do you, and I cut you down, either into posts, probably make you thinner, you can be my stilts again. A bit like we did with the fertilizer plant over there, where we put the machine on stilts. We're going to put the hen house on stilts, because we're worried about the foxes. Because they can get in and cause mayhem in a chicken coop, even though this actually isn't a chicken coop. It's a place to store eggs, but nobody needs to know that. So let's do this. Let's put in... So I think these end ones should be big fat jobs like that. And then we can have... bump, bump, bump. Don't worry about the chest, because we'll move that off the ground. It'll be higher, and we'll hide the item duct underneath using some clever tech, I think. Let's put on that bit. We'll leave a door in. Look at that colour, though. That's such a great colour. Barn's gonna look amazing when I make it out of that. Something like that. From the bottom, it's off the ground. Let's move this up. And whoop. Oh no, I can't do that with you, can I? I have to chop you up. There we go. Let's put in a extra, just like that. Yeah. And we want to do another one. And then we can put in the floor. And then what we can have here is like, I mean, you know, obviously that does hide it a little bit, but you can see it from the sides. So what we will do is we'll micro block. I wonder, how do you make that, oh, what's it called? Is it air? No, it's not. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the stuff that makes things invisible, like a cloaking device type of thing. I'll have to have a look at what that is called again. We could make some of that. The other thing I thought about doing though is we could just put dirt in it and actually make a dirt block around it. Or, oh, that's an idea. Use your head mat. If I use, let's turn these back into blocks if we can. 14, we can have an odd number, that's annoying. Never mind. If I took that, oh no, not that. If I take that, and we chisel it, can I get some of those? Yes, I can. Not a great deal of many, that's fine. And then what actually I can do is if I chop these down, 2 to 6, 6 to 12. Let's go back under here. Like that underneath. And I wonder if I do 2. Don't want it right on the edge. Just to make it look a little different. Now if I just close that up the top again, there, and there, from the bottom, see, that doesn't look too bad. Again, different, unusual. It's got the space around it as well. Okay, I'll go with that. I could make it thicker though. Let's go get some more wood. You know me, I'm never quite satisfied unless I've got it exactly as I want it. And actually, while we're here, let's get rid of these mobs because they'll annoy me. Marvellous. Oh, whoops. I haven't got any wood in there. I'll bring any wood over. Ah, 47. Awesome. Oh, we got some green as well. That might look nice. Green and red. Let's make these bigger. And let's make this into you. Oh, I'm not a bat. I must get the genetics thing sorted out at some point. Although I do like being a bat because it only makes you 1 square high, which is quite handy getting into the little low places. Right, back over here. Not entirely convinced by that look now, looking at it from further out. Whoops, wrong one, never mind. Let's take these out with this. Because although these are wood, you still have to quicker if you take them out with a pickaxe. Axes don't help with microblocks. Lovely. So I'm going to put these back as normal. Oh, I've just put myself into a corner. What an idiot. There we go. We'll put these back as normal, and then what we can, I wonder what we can do. Can I put these as to thin, really thin ones? Yeah. Because I don't, that gap is a little bit too much. Although it's not going to get much. It's not going to get much smaller. Let's just push this out. I know that probably doesn't. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference, I don't think. But it might just make it look a little less tiny, because it was looking a little bit tiny on the edge. And because we're now actually in the other block, we're not using the middle blocks, we're in the other blocks. There we go. Let's go and have a little look at that. Yeah, that's better. Because there's less green, you can see less through it. It's sort of a bit more close. I quite like that. Okay, that'll do. Pleased. Let's take these. Put this back. So we're going to have a red floor. That's fine. Marvellous. The sides and walls for this, I'm thinking that we go back to this and we look at something like either old-fashioned oaky looking, something like that. Now then, are you chiselable? Can you be chiselable? No. Any natura? No? Okay. So, let's get rid of these again. Not happy with that. 4, 5. Let's do edges first then. If we can't, one of the tips I give if you're looking for different techniques is to start at the corners and work your way in. So if I start at the corner and I think to myself, actually, I'm going to take you as maybe a middle line. No, see, I don't like that, but we might like it more on the corner, like that. And then we can take the middle ones out again. But I like them as corners. That doesn't look too bad. Let's go back to our chisel. And now we can start placing things next to it and see what it looks like. Because what we're really looking for, short wood, oak wood, normal. I wonder what you would look like. Rubbish is the answer. Rubbish. I do want it to be wood. Because you wouldn't make a... I'm not going to make it out of stone or anything. Where has it gone? Oh, there they are. Long wooden planks. That's not too bad. That's got a certain charm to it. I like the different colours, like the pale mixed in with the dark. Now I'm wondering whether the dark on the edges works now. Yeah, I think it might do. Let's put in our door. We're going to have to go up one higher on this end at least. Let's bring that round. Yeah, okay, so let's go back to here. Let's look at that end cornicing material, because again, it doesn't, for me, not really doing it for me. Can't really see anything there that stands out beyond that, though. Could have a, that's a crate, we don't want a crate. Oh well, we'll put them on for now. Marvellous. We are going to put in some air vents. Just on there, just around the edges. And one at the back. And the vents we're going to put in there, I was thinking again about doing the glass look, because it looks like that mesh stuff. I think I still might do that actually. Just because I like that look about mesh, it sort of looks a bit like chicken wire. Which is pretty cool. Anything in here for that? No. Do I have any in here? Ordinary glass will do. Surprised I managed to use up all of that. Made loads. Oh well, chisel. Chisel. You. And then let's slice that down. 4, so we have just enough actually. Oops, I keep doing that. See what I mean? I mean, we can inset it, or we can put it on the edge. So we either put it on the back edge. What does that look like? I mean, we could put one on either side, which sort of might be a bit much. So let's take that out. We'll put it on the... Yeah, see, I like that. It does. It looks like chicken wire, like a mesh. Okay. And then the little roofie. Well, the roofie's going to be... it could be we do ordinary roofing here as opposed to the slanty roof, but we've got slant because we've got those carpenter's wedges everywhere else. It may look a bit stupid now if I go back to doing old craft, old style Minecraft edges. Although we could. No, okay. It's quite big as well, that chicken coop, but it doesn't bother me. I'm not overly fussed because the barn in front of it is really going to be big, so that really will make that look probably quite small. Just because it's the only thing in the area, I think, is one of the reasons that looks a little bit extra. Because we could use that. We could carpenter stairs it, or I could do that and wedge it. It's a good call, Matt. It's a good call. Oh, there's my sewers. I'll put them in a sec. I've only got 3. I have to make another one, and some of those. Have I got any more over here? Any sticks anyway? If we haven't got any sticks, I can't do anything. Sticks! Oh, was that some... No, more stairs, you see. I've got loads of those. Let's just make ourselves... Oops. Plenty of those. Thank you very much. 64, very good. Let's go and put those on. And then I may do the roof green, like the willow. That might be the green bit. Or I might repeat the red again and do red. How high this is going to go, we'll find out in a second. It'll hang over, so here, around. Let's hang it over. Whoops, where's all they gone? There we go. So this is going to hang... Oopsie! Oh dear. Terrible placement. There we go. And of course I need the end corners ones, don't I? There we go. Just to keep the rain off. Keep me eggs dry, that's what we want to do. And then if I go up the middle, let's do some dirt in the middle here to start. Oh no, it's going to make them... Let's choose a roofy type. I might go with red, I could go with green. Green is probably going to be too colourful for it. Red, might be a lot of red on there though. I could go potentially with ordinary wood. Slightly darker maybe. It's all about texture. Sometimes, I can spend hours trying to find a roofing material that I like. I don't want to do brick on it though, because that would just be, again, it's a chicken coop, not a house. So we probably wouldn't want to use bricks on it. We could, but it may look a little heavy-handed. I'm thinking of using the same wood block that we used for the timber yard. That sort of... I wonder if you can do it with spruce. That would look dark. I don't know whether that would look the same. I don't suppose it matters. Let's get rid of some of the stuff. I don't need all of that wood. Oops, I got rid of all the bits I wanted. Go away. Let's have a little look at what that may look like. Slightly darker, which I like. And we want it sort of... Maybe something like wood planks like that. I mean, they all would turn out the same colour anyway. Let's eat something before we die. These are very good, these melodies. They really are. I haven't had a coffee in ages. I'll have to make a coffee soon. Right. Let's go and put these on and see what they look like. If we don't like them, we'll take them off. And these are the spruce ones. What were these ones? What were they called? Just... Yeah, they're not the right ones. I haven't made the right ones there, have I? Okay, let's try again. Something like... something like that? No. Maybe spruce isn't the right one to use. Perhaps it should be oak. It's this one here. It's the vertical uneven oak wood planks. Spruce wood planks. Well, let's have a look and see what they look like. Do you know what? That's not too bad. The colouring's not too bad. It's got a sort of bit of a reddy colour to it. I mean, it's not. Is it? Have a look, put some more on and have a look at it from a distance. Now, see, I don't mind that now. Now I've looked at that, I don't mind that. Let's put this on. I want to go up one more, really, I think. Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't really want to do it with. Let's do it with that. There we go. Excellent. Let's put the last bit of this on. Fabulous. And then what I'm going to do in the middle, I think, is to be a little bit fancy, because I've got this stuff, haven't I? So let's be a little bit fancy with this. If I take that down, let's put a dirt block in there for now. How thick is that? Seems very... it's better. I was going to say. Just on the edges. Just like that. And like that. Let's put on... I could have done probably a full block on here by the time I've done this. Yep, okay. And then let's take... I wonder what you would look like as strips. Now you're probably wondering what on earth am I doing? Well, hold on. Good, because you're lighter than the spruce. I like that. Because oh, whoops. What happened there? That moved. Oh. Oh, heaven's sakes, now I can't get the thing off. There we go. What I want to create around this, is what I'm getting to, is... it's like a vent. That's sort of on the top of the chicken coop, yeah? And so that they've got good ventilation. If you can imagine we'd have to put chickens in here. There are going to be no chickens in here. This is going to be an egg holder only. Yep. Now, yeah, that's fine. And then what we could put on top... ta-da! Yes! Now, let's put that as that same material as the other one. Bump. And I'm wondering whether that frame is doing it any justice at all, or whether it's just making it look odd. Let's take that frame off that part. Oh, careful. Because sometimes if you put extra micro blocks on to try and even to frame, what you do is you make the block look bigger, and that may make it look an odd scale. How about that? Better. Yes, indeed. I like that better. So now it's got that sort of vent on top, and if we go inside, what we can do, where's my spade? There's spade. Take that out, and there we go. You've got a proper little lantern-y thing sort of on top of the shed. And that just is going to provide a little extra light. So that's going to, I think, going to be our chicken coop looking thing. This bit here, we will obviously have to put stairs on, I think, because we are going to need to go in and out of that. But that there is going to be our little chicken coop. I think that looks pretty sweet. Okay, so what I think we'll do, I will get on and put in the rest of all of these, put in the sewage farms, connect those up, and then we haven't got any safari nets. We might have to make some to go and collect some chickens. Oh, it needs a door. Sort of door. I think, oh, whoops. Carpenter's door may be the best option for that. Oh, we've got loads here. Let's do it here. A carpenter's door, because we can do the door either the same red. I think we'll do the same red. So let's just make a quick carpenter's door. Marvellous. We've got loads of that, so that's fine. And I might make it the sort of... I don't know whether I'm going to have it as a proper door, or whether I'll have it as a sort of... You know, like a vent door. Like that. That would be quite good. And then let's take some red and go whoop and whoop. Oh, that's nice. I quite like that as a little sort of tiki house, really, a little summer house. Very expensive for the chickens. Now, the chickens can't get out. We mustn't allow the chickens out. That's the important thing. That's what we're getting to. So, this here... I don't have any steps. I could do a run. Rather than steps, I could do a ramp up, but I think we probably will have steps. Can I make red ones? Yes. Fabulous. And what we, as long as the chickens can't get on and then get off it and get out of this whole place, I like that. And then what we can do again is take this, chop it down, probably into 4 like that. Put that like that. There we go. I want a full block on there. No, that'll do. That'll be fine. Just adds like a little bit of support, I think, to that. Yeah. So there we go. Little stairs up into our little chicken coop, which will have our egg storage in it. Very simple. We've got to build a deep storage unit in there. We'll do that. But there we go. Little chicken coop. Sewers will go there, and I'll finish the rest of these off. So we still need to go and make some safari nets to go and catch the chickens, but we'll get that done and then we'll test the concept, but it should be fine. I think I'll do that, all this bit off camera and get it set up, and we'll show you the final product next time. But there it is. There's our little chicken coop. Didn't take long to build. Quite good colours and textures. I quite like that. I hope you've enjoyed. I know this is a bit of a simple episode, but because I was so exhausted having done all of this and chopping down that silly tree over there, that I thought, well, I still need an episode for you guys. But I sort of thought, well, I'll do an easy one for me, which is a little less stressful. Take that off. There we go. So if you've liked this episode, obviously give it a like. We'll do a bit more in depth next time. We may even start. I may have to do a bit of off-world discovery on how I'm going to make my slaughterhouse look. But if you want me to do the barn, let me know. If you want me to do the slaughterhouse, let me know. If you want me to do the carding shed, let me know. You tell me what order you want me to go in, because this is going to take an age to get this little bit finished over here. Or even the windmill. I haven't even thought about that. But thanks very much for watching. Go and check out some of my other videos. We've got SimCity going on. We've got Crusader Kings 2. We've got Kerbal Space Program. Obviously got Minecraft. And also go and check out some of my other subscriber channels. Go and look at what Digimarcy's doing. He's doing incredible things. Camden Boats got himself lost in the nether. Got himself back again. That's good. And you know, loads of others. So go and have a look at the channel. Go and have a look at the others. Go and subscribe to their channels too. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.